Hey everyone, so I hope you guys are having a good President's Day today on Monday. So I came up on Sean's live today and he was streaming somebody named Scammy Claus. So I checked both of them out and I got both of their sides on here, and apparently one of the guests was his
I
daughter.
don't I don't do that. You sober up. I'm sober than you are, apparently. Because I got a rent hike and I couldn't afford the rent. So I ended up having to go to a motel. Lived in the car for a little bit, went to a motel, to a tent, to the motel, to a tent, to the camper, back into my car. Guys, get off of the. I'm just trying to get a piece of property right now. It's not going to cost $70K for a piece of property.
Just a piece of property, that's all. God, does he realize how stupid he sounds? He sounds stupid.
That's the ending total of everything. Everybody's just stuck on it because somebody asked me, what is this all going to cost about? I said upwards to $70K. No, I didn't bring it up. People asked me how much would it be. And I told them upwards to $70K. About $70K is what I said.
Nope, they did not ask you. You're the one that threw the figure out there, and then everybody went ballistic about it. Because I watched it.
Don't care what you're saying, Sammy. Don't care what you're saying. Don't care what you're saying. I do have kids. Yeah, Silver, what's up? I don't have kids living with me in my car. All my kids are adults. I'll clarify that right now. Well, we've already discussed this. Make it make sense. So you make it make sense on your own. It's pretty clear that you're only in here. You can have excuses. Yep. Okay. All right. You go make it make sense somewhere else. I'm taking care of that issue right now. I can't go stay with one of my cuds because I don't have cuds. My kids. No. We've already discussed that earlier. I don't believe that.
So my take on that is that you want everybody to provide you with a cush life without you working or providing anything for yourself.
I don't believe my daughter's over in Scammy Claus's live trashing on me. No, Scammy Claus was not so right.
Well, I heard your daughter over there, and she was very kind towards you, trying to make everybody think it's okay that you're asking for all this type of money. She's a sweet girl, but
You
it is
read
not
that
okay.
email I sent her about how she's trolling and that's all you guys got out of that? Nice. Appreciate it.
So here's Scammy Claus. They're off of TikTok, and I went over there and heard this side of it, and his daughter is on this panel. So we'll listen.
I understand that. What was I going to say? Listen, I told your dad in the email today, I'm not stopping people from giving him money. SSDI requires the work credits. I'm sorry. So he's on SSI. I always confuse those two. I'm not stopping your dad from begging for money. What I'm doing is I'm putting information out there about him, and then people can decide if they want to donate money or not.
Well, I want to stop innocent people from sending him any money because apparently he scammed several women, and they were in that live too. 2,000 out of a car and such.
I'm not telling people not to do it. I'm putting.
It's also the fact. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Sorry, it's just the fact that there's people that are from your lives that I've when I've popped on your lives just to listen for a little bit. I see some of the people from your lives in his live just bashing him and making fun of him and saying pretty awful things, and I just think as somebody who's kind of running this whole thing, I just don't think it's appropriate as adults to be okay with having their followers or people that they like as the people who follow you to do that.
So nobody wants anybody to bully or hate your dad. We just want innocent people and women not to be scammed by him, because apparently he scammed several $1,000s out of women. So that's what we're trying to stop.
I mean, I can't control people, what they're going to do. I can't control what they're going to say. But, in the same fact, in the same thing, since you have this relationship with your dad, it goes both ways, I think, right? When your dad calls me, I think that it goes the same way, right? If we shouldn't be doing that, then your dad shouldn't be doing it, right?
No, I agree. And I tell him that he shouldn't do that if he doesn't want things like that happening to him. And I tell him that. I do.
Right.
And your dad's almost 50 years old, sitting on TikTok lives 12 hours a day, begging and asking for money instead of trying to go to work.
I don't,
and he does
agree with you putting him on this screen as a walrus, because I think that's childish, because he's not doing that to you. He's not. I don't know. I can't really tell.
No, I do this because, quite honestly, it gets a little boring sometimes. So, we have to do something. And I think the seal is adorable. I mean, it's a common thing in here. This is our favorite one. But, I
don't
think
know. I just don't think it's appropriate for adults to be acting like children.
She's like such a sweet girl, but I think she's missing the point of what her dad is doing, that it's not right. And I don't think she sees that.
agree with you. I totally agree. And you should have the
I
same
don't know.
conversation with your dad.
I don't think you do. I have conversations with him, but you don't catch all of it, and you just go based off of from what I've heard and what you've kind of told me, is you go off of what people have told you, and I feel like it's a big game of telephone, and the words get mixed up and things, I don't know, get taken as what they're not. For the people in the comments asking, I don't think he's asking for 70K. I'm thinking he's telling you that it's a goal that he's had. He's not asking for 70K, but
Yes, he is. Yes,
he's
he is.
posting the goal.
Right now, he's asking for about 10,000 for property. So yes, he is asking for 70K because it's 70K and it's for a truck, it's for a property, and it's for an RV. So yeah, he is asking for 70K. And he said that yesterday too.
You guys can
Help?
take that.
No. Help is, oh my God, I'm $200 behind in my mortgage. Can you help me? And that's like a one-shot deal. Asking for $70,000 is asking for somebody to absolutely pay for everything in my life because I'm 47 years old and I have nothing to show for it. That's not help.
I think when he's saying he's posting it as a goal, it's a goal. He's asking for donations, asking for help.
Right.
He's not asking for them to pay in full. It's people donating.
There's the comment right there. It says, taking 2K from a lady and blocking them is wrong. And I think she was in this live, in these comments.
They can, donate what they want with their money because it's free will. And I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
He has been helping himself. He's applied to jobs.
he's worked one delivery in 10 days. That's not working.
One delivery for what? For DoorDash or
10 days.
Instacart or what?
Whatever he does, he doesn't tell us. He had one delivery in 10 days. That's not working. He's not helping himself.
I don't know what he has going on. I don't know what he does.
So she don't know what he has going on, but she's on here defending his actions, asking 70K, scamming people out of 2K. I mean, it's gross.
I don't either. I know he says he
All I know
delivered.
is that it's just disheartening and upsetting to have a bunch of people come in and trash my dad for asking for help and coming in here and seeing everything that you guys are saying as grown adults. Okay, that's kind of weird and creepy. Not gonna lie.
No, it's not, because I've been covering your dad for a year and a half, begging on TikTok. I know everything that he's done on this app. People in here have known Sean for years. They know everything that he's done, whether it's been begging on Facebook, making multiple GoFundMes. He's been doing this for years. This isn't something that I just decided to pick up on. This is something that I've been doing for a while because this is what he does. And he's taken money from people under false pretense and hasn't sent it back. So yeah, I know exactly what your dad does. Well, he said that he was going to buy an RV. People sent him money. This one woman sent him $2,000. And when he ended up with this hoopty car that he bought, she wanted her money back because that's under false pretense. When you send money for something and then the person doesn't use it for that, and you know what he did to her? He blocked her.
What's her thing? Am I able to get a hold of her and see?
So Heather said he spent $800, but he got over $5,000 for the car. So he really didn't put the money towards the car.
Care
She might
from
be in
her.
here. She might be in here, actually. I'm not going to say what your name is, but are you in here? And this was last summer. Remember when he collected all that money for the first vehicle and then he pissed it away on going to see that woman down south? And he didn't justify that money. And then he said, I want to buy an RV. And then he didn't get an RV. He got the car instead. It was right that time.
I wasn't really talking to him around that time because there was a bunch of people from, I'm assuming, I don't know for a fact, I'm just assuming your lives coming into my comments and pretending to be my dead father, and which I think is pretty crazy. So I took a break from
I don't know.
TikTok.
It's good to know that she's on my side about it. And if there's anybody in here right now, do me a favor. Don't go over there and say anything to them at all. Just don't do it. I want them to do what they're gonna go do on their own and to leave me alone. You're allowed to ask people to not go and do stuff, and if you have good supporters and that follow you and give you support on here emotionally, they'll understand that and they're not gonna go and go behind my back and go and do that. No matter how much that they piss you off, just fucking pretend, just don't do it. There's no need for any of that shit. You know, that's another thing. I'm going to bring that up too, is a lot of people, like, for instance, on that side that you were just talking about, that 70K, that's a goal. Chances are all of the stuff that I'm going to try to accomplish is going to be less than 70K. Somebody just asked me what I thought it was going to be, so I said 70K.
But earlier you said you didn't put a figure on it, that they did. So you did say 70K and are saying 70K.
Last week I put 70K up there just to be an asshole. You know, just to try to be stupid about something. Of course, she believes memes, and she's gonna keep. It's Paula. Of course, she's gonna believe Paula, because Paula's a woman who is talking shit about me. Now, if I had one of my exes go in there and talk positive about me, they would get blocked.
Hey, genius, they're talking bad about you because you scammed them for $5,000. That's why they're talking about you.
You know, her telling my daughter she has to understand. Look, my daughter understands what's going on. My daughter knows, and you heard it herself sit there and say that it's sad that a bunch of adults are doing this towards somebody else.
It's equally sad seeing her father on TikTok lives begging strangers and apparently ripping people off for
Saying
money.
that I've been doing this for decades, okay? Her saying I started when I was fucking 7 years old.
No, Scammy Claus said she's been covering you for a year and a half, is what she said. She didn't say decades.
Come on, get the fuck over it. I've been doing it for decades, so I've been doing it for more than 20 years. Okay. Asking for help and doing a GoFundMe page and not getting help on that GoFundMe page. I asked and didn't get the help, right? So how is that? He's been, whatever. Just fucking a bunch of lowlifes that just have nothing better to do than fucking have obsessions with people. It's fucking ridiculous. I do stuff to help myself. That's what all y'all don't understand. You assume that I don't do anything for myself. So whatever you want to assume, it just makes an ass out of you and me. That's it. That is just hands down what you want to do. That's your choice. You make assumptions. There's no need for that. There's no need for that kind of behavior towards somebody. Don't you think it's time for you to grow the fuck up and get over yourself? I mean, come on now. And then she's sitting there talking about he's had one delivery the whole time he's been down there. Well, that's because there's no fucking delivery. I don't have.
Well, you ought to get your big ass into a city where you can do some deliveries or something, because you're just sitting on TikTok live begging for money every day.
Control over what deliveries I get and what deliveries I don't get. She makes it sound like I have to contact, hey company, I need you to give me some deliveries. Well, we can't give you any deliveries if there's no deliveries to be done. Common fucking sense. Common sense. You can go ahead and leave. You can go ahead and leave. You go back over to Scammy Claus's side where you belong. People think that this life is so fucking easy, and it's not. I'm taking accountability for you coming in here to do pity. So you take your pity ass out of here.
So he thinks that sitting on TikTok lives is hard work and it's not a fun job. Go to work. You're gross. Anyway, you guys, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, and go follow Scammy Claus if you want to see more. They have a lot of good stuff on there. Talk to you later.